Anyway, this doesn't actually drop you into a new area, it just somehow lit up this even though that there wasn't any light. And yeah, now these guys die, like, basically as a virtue of standing in the light. So you can just enter, they don't immediately die, but it's pretty dang close. And does this, I can't remember if this unthaws. No, I don't think it unthaws ice, it just lights. Anyway, you'll see what I'm doing in a minute. But anyway, this is an interesting boss fight as it has a lot of, like, sort of hidden backstory to the game. It's really easy, but it's the only boss fight against real characters. You'll see what I mean shortly. Rumble, rumble, rumble.
Oh, excellent one who has brought the unthinkable into a land as dark as a Akata. My servants have fallen namelessly before the light that guides you. However, the darkness in which my servants live is, after all, fleeting. You shall see with your own eyes just what kind of thing true darkness really is.
I'll show you the real power of friendship. Anyway, first, if you walk up to him with the Skull Kita's mask, the music stops. He says, "Oh, Kita, is it not Captain Kita?" But you're so tiny. I was nearly fooled by what you have done, despite the fact I entered the room looking like that. And the other mask that does funny things in this battle is since they're trained soldiers, Anyway, to actually battle these guys, you need to shoot a fire arrow at the curtain. He doesn't think you're Captain Kita, you just fooled him for a split second. The smarter CPU, or the smarter NPCs are better at telling the difference between you and the things you're wearing masks of than the not smarter ones. At first he thinks you are because I think the masks are implied to have some kind of magic that decepts people or something, I don't know. Anyway, these guys are easy to actually fight, considering the light blinds them. But they don't die is the key. They're just like dry bones. They'll get right back up, and that guy's too far away, unfortunately. Well, we can... I mean, you're basically invincible in the light for the first thing, and they like to stand where the other light's going to show up, except for the fact I'm not exactly sure if they are or not. Yeah, it's awfully close, but not quite. Anyway, yeah, these guys are still easy, especially since they can't guard against the Great Spin attack, and you can melt their corpses with light. Yeah, they actually get stunned a little bit if you... Roar, roar, roar. And there we go. And now that you've killed my heart and soul, my body is free to... I mean... Yeah, he has a really cool sword and shield. And unfortunately, he basically fights you the same way as the minions, except he has a shield, which cannot effectively defend against the Great Spin attack. Okay, yeah, but he has a bigger shield or something. Unfortunately, again, okay, and he apparently has ice breath. He didn't even do that last time. How about some fire arrows? Yeah, that's... Oh, I don't know, maybe it's ghost breath. Yeah, it's probably ghost breath. Oh well. He doesn't like taking damage. Yeah, it actually reminds me a lot of the Stalfos in older Zelda games, with how he jumps back when you try to sword him. Okay, come on, keep jumping back. Oh yeah, he does that, which is actually... Oh yeah, this whole dungeon is like a throwback to the Kakariko Village dungeon in Link to the Past, with how you have to bust open the roof and make light appear, and his head attacks you and stuff. It's actually pretty interesting. Anyway, I think this might work. It's not going to not work for what it doesn't stun him long enough to be effective. I don't... Yeah, that's how you do that. And unfortunately, he is just as easy to melt as his guards. It's unfortunate for him, of course. Anyway, they reappear again after you kill them, which sort of reminds me of Cowman, the other witch, and Ocarina of Time.
You're blocking me. Get out of the way. I can still see you.
Blocking you? The reason he beat us is because you were so feeble. Don't blame this on me.
What? Just try saying that again to my bony face.
Feeble, 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 feeble.
Shut up already. Don't look at me. I was once the best swordsman in all of Akana.
The greatest swordsman of cannibal, you feeble.
I don't know why I said cannibal.
Draw your weapon.
Huh?
I'm telling you to draw your sword.
No.
Yes.
Will you stop? What fools? Haven't you begun to understand?
I like how that voice totally changed.
The kingdom left me ruined and left us in this state. It's petty little battles like this have caused it.
And he kills them for insolence.
Believing in your friends and embracing that belief by forgiving failure, these feelings have vanished from our hearts.
Yeah, this is like sort of saying the whole theme of the entire game right here.
It all happened after that somebody thrust open the doors of that stone tower. You who bring light into darkness, I am king of Ikana Kingdom. Egos du Ikana. The spell binding that had been cast upon us was broken by that light which you carry. To return true light to this land, you must seal the doors to the stone tower where the winds of darkness blow through. But Stone Tower is an impenetrable stronghold. Hundreds of soldiers from my kingdom will not even be able to topple it. It is far too reckless for one to take on such a challenge. And so, I grant to you a soldier that has no heart, one who will not falter in the darkness. You shall remember the song.
Whoa. Anyway, this is actually pretty easy to remember. It took me a while, but I finally figured it out. It's right, left, right, and then just a full rotation of the C stick from down counterclockwise. Anyway, this is probably the coolest song in any of the games that have songs. And that... You learned the Elegy of Emptiness. It's a mystical song which allows you to shed a shell shaped in your current image. By playing the song while wearing masks to assume different forms, you'll be able to leave up to 4 empty shells, one for each form, and the Deku shell is completely pointless.
This soldier who has no heart is your twin image, a shell of yourself that you will shed when your song commands it. On my kingdom shine the light of justice.